In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Whew, that was rough. Good old Spectrum. We're gonna have a talk. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. If you can hear me, say holla. Can you hear me? Thank you for tuning in for Blerd's Eye View. We're back again. I'm your man on the wall, Chris Fury, and according to Goddess to Demon, apparently I'm the Papa Bear of the Blerd community as well. So I take that title and I'll hold that crown proudly. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for showing your love on the YouTube channel and the YouTube page. And actually, thank you for showing your love on the Facebook page as well and listening to us on Opulence Radio, Always Press Record TV, which is, yes, Roku and Amazon Fire. You're seeing us everywhere at this point. You can listen to us everywhere. You can watch us everywhere. Ain't no excuses at this point. You can come on in and have some fun and enjoy us. But without further ado, let's get this going because I got my squad in. Lady Mandalore, what's happening?
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Good evening, good night, and tomorrow or whatever, everywhere.
Somewhere around that point. Somewhere around that point. What's going on?
God. It's, you know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so it's you too.
It is not, you're not alone. You're not alone. It's weird. It's weird. Like, you ever just, why? I feel like I want to fight somebody. I have no reason to fight anyone.
It's not just
but
me.
I just want just one good time. Just one good
say,
time. Shut the fuck. Just 2 seconds.
And it wasn't even a bad day at work. That's the crazy thing.
This was one of the lightest days.
I'm like, who pissed in the coffee? I'm like,
seriously, like, y'all are. I mean, y'all are lucky.
This is how I know. This is how I know the energy is off. Yeah. We got Cinematic Assassin in the building. We'll be watching.
Oh,
without his hat, the energy is off.
You fucked us up. You messed us up. It's you. It's
for
you.
A very important reason. Y'all seen signing days, right? When people sign their letter of intent, they pick they school they want to go to.
Yes,
I'm here to make a very important announcement.
Make it.
They got me back in. I'm back in. I'm locked in. I'm ready. Let's go.
I hate you.
So for those who are not watching, this is because we're gonna get into this one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it after we show it. But if you are listening to this, thank you. But go to that YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell because you want to see everything we're doing. We're a whole TV show at this point. You know, we're more than a podcast. But I'm not even going to tease it for you. For those who are watching, oh, you're in for a treat. We have our special guests here. I don't even have to ask. Cinematic Assassin how his days being, because he
Just put a cap on. You all right? You
like, I'm like, all right, maybe the energy is starting to
They keep
settle.
pulling me back in, man.
We have one of our favorite blerd couples that's out here in the community doing good stuff. Fresh off another amazing Kickstarter run, Lloyd and Natosha Jones of Midnight Comics. What's going on?
Much. How's it going, yo?
Yes.
We give you your whole applause here. We got to give that to you. All the great stuff they got going on. I love what they're doing. Their books all is amazing. They out here doing the thing. This is Blerd Love, baby. This is Blerd Love, baby.
My little love blurs.
And
that's the title of the show.
I need you to
I need to just talk to Lady Mandalore before I label a show. I'm like, what are we calling this one?
I need my lady to trademark that word right now.
Yes,
exactly. Oh, immediately.
So we got two titles now: Learn Yourself and My Little Love Blerds. Then there it is. It works. Man, it's been and Lloyd, I told you earlier, it's been a crazy day.
Yeah.
I guess it's because Cinematic Assassin didn't have his hat on, so that the energy was off. When you set up things and time ripples and multiverses, and that stuff's affecting everything.
It matters. It matters.
Butterfly effect.
With the flashback, you should know better.
Yeah, right. He's just like, they'll live. They're not going to die. They'll live. They may not like what's happening, but they'll be fine.
Have a chance.
That's the logic. That's the logic he had. Man, how you guys been doing, man?
Man, pretty good.
Yeah, working.
Definitely working. Yeah. But no,
It's good.
pretty
It's good. It's good work. It's good work.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely good work. I congratulate you again on that Kickstarter run. You guys are killing it out there, Midnight Comics. You're making some moves. You're being seen, and the word is being out, and I love it. So, but we're going to talk more about that a little bit later, about what you got going on, what's the next steps, what your other projects are going on. But first, have the blerd news of the week. I'm gonna add that in later. I'll add that in later. So once again, the nerd gods have blessed us as usual and given us some choice tidbits, copious amounts from that was the energy. That's where all the energy went.
Flash with the Time Force.
It was all the good stuff went over there, and I'm like, oh my god,
It's all coming together now.
it is. It don't take me long. But they dropped the official second trailer of the Flash, but we around here like to affectionately call it,
Batman Part 3.
Batman and Friends. No, but yeah, this is the actual poster they have out now, which is a much better poster than they had before. It seemed a little weird, but this one's actually a nice looking poster that they have for this. And this trailer, if the first one didn't get you hyped, and I don't mean because of who's in it or who's starring the lead, but it's because of everything else around it. And let's face it, we were all here for Keaton in the first place.
That's all they had to do. Just say, Batman's in it.
We literally look at WB and say, you bastards, you could have gave us Batman Beyond right now. It's like it's there on the wall. They're like, Batman and Friends, Keaton and Friends. Sounds like a sitcom now. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna show you the new Flash trailer. It looks amazing. I'm not gonna sit here in front, but here we go.
Oh, let me make this big.
I lost my parents. That pain made me who I am. I spent a lifetime trying to right the wrongs of the past. As if fighting crime would bring my parents back. You actually did it.
I can't imagine what you've been through.
I love you, Monkey.
You lost both parents in one day.
Barry! Call 911 now!
I went back in time to save my parents. But instead, I completely broke the universe.
If you went back and changed the past, this world must die. You changed the future.
Do you know what this symbol stands for? Means hope, right? I will help you fight Zod.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
I have to undo what I did.
These scars we have make us who we are. We're not meant to go back and fix them. Don't let your tragedy define you.
What did you do?
No matter what we do, we're not going to be able to fix this. No! Nobody dies!
You're strapped to your parachutes.
Where's yours?
Fucking goosebumps.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of welling up because,
Oh,
damn, it's Keaton.
Right. I appreciate being able to move his neck this time, though.
Oh God, yeah.
that's the only way y'all gonna get me to come back into this motherfucker. Just give me. Can I move?
Keaton
Just
was
do
he's been auditioning for the role since he left. This does look good. I'm not gonna front. James Gunn has praised this thing. He said it looks amazing. It does. It really does. We are really not here for the namesake of the movie.
He who shall not be named.
we let's face it. We were not here when we realized before all the drama happened. When we got the teaser that Keaton was in it, we were signed up already. We were done. We were just like, oh, say less. This could bomb and it could still be good just because he's in it, So, yeah. Oh God, if we could only have another soundtrack for this.
Oh wow.
That would have been the capper. That would have been the capper.
Janelle Monáe, she could have.
Janelle? Oh, she out here. She busy. She out here living her life.
She's trying to get the same check as Michael Keaton.
She's worthy of it. I mean, yeah. As bad as the song title is, the song still hits. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's like you're just like, it's Prince. What's his worst song? Does he have a worst song? And I don't know. It's funny that she mentioned Prince.
You're a fan.
I never thought about it. There's actually a clip. There's a TikTok video, and at the end of Darling Nikki, there's like this weird. If you listen to Darling Nikki at the end of it, it's like this weird. You don't know what's being said. Then you play it backwards. Somebody actually played it backwards, and it says, "Hey, how are you? I'm fine. He's coming back. He's here for you." It's something about Jesus, and I'm like, "Yo, he did it again." He ain't even here.
Nuggets everywhere.
I'm just like, just left juice and nuggets, and everybody's happy. Shout out to Grogu because he finally got his chicken nuggets. Beautiful episode. We're gonna do a recap episode really soon. But yeah, this movie it's obviously it's Flashpoint. A lot of fans who's read Flash books knew this is what it was going to be. It couldn't be anything else.
Right.
Rumor has it that there's going to be another appearance from someone we wouldn't expect.
My name is Barry Allen.
I swear to God, they pulled this one out there because the show getting ready to end. The show's getting ready to end.
Well,
like 3 episodes left.
And if anybody watched that last Titans episode,
woo,
all things are possible. All of the things are possible.
I'm kind of mad at Warner Brothers right now because I'm like, you giving us
y'all getting good now,
right?
Y'all getting good
second
now?
half to give me this, and it's ending. I'm like, please give me the interaction more with Beast Boy and Stargirl, please.
That's
it
what
was
four seasons. 4 seasons.
I'm
y'all
like,
had.
it was right there. It was right there. I'm like, oh my God. It was it's oh God. Shout out to Geek by Heart. She's tripping. It's I'm looking forward to this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to this. And it's for a different reason. It really is. This is why Will's hat is black and white. He's representing the bat. I mean, literally at the end of the trailer, who's the first signal you see? Batman.
What's even greater than that is like when they drop out of the plane. If you notice, the bat wing gets right in front of the moon, just perfectly.
I just all I can say is, you motherfuckers.
They secretly made this a Keaton sequel.
This was the Batman 3 sequel we were looking for all those years ago and never got.
Yeah, if they pull this, if this is as good as it is, I will not forgive them for keeping this man in this movie.
Exactly.
However,
exactly.
I understand. I understand.
On the financial back end, I get it. I understand completely. If just looking at the past 2 trailers that they've had, I get it. You dumped a lot of money in this. You can't afford, literally cannot afford to say we got to shelve it. You can't. You're looking at a $300 million film right there. You know, so tag that up against a $90 million film. You're like, I tell you what, you sit your ass down and don't say nothing else because we got to get this money back. You know,
here's the other thing. Hollywood producers are, nope, let me choose my words carefully because I want to work with them one day. In 20 years, when the details of what actually happened goes down with this and people are a little foggy in the brain, someone's going to look at a records book and be like, oh, The Flash made $1 billion. We should make more Flash stuff. And that's where people like me shall win. I will be sitting there ready, popcorn and soda in hand, ready to soak it all up.
Oh man.
Crack fiend.
It's there. I am. It looks good. I'm not gonna say it's not. It does look good. However, we know what you've done in the fact that you're around. Like we will hold we're holding your feet to the fire on this one. We have to. In the meantime, give my man Jonathan Majors his shot. Quit playing. Stuff is coming out. Stuff is coming out, and it's looking better in his favor.
All right, this is my weekly update. What happened this time?
Right.
So,
So
his lawyers have turned in the video. That's going to exonerate him, basically. And the reason why people are wondering why he hasn't gone publicly or anything, they said lawyers have often said you don't want to fight something like this yourself publicly because it can mess you up. This is why he has a team around him. So he has to do what he has to do. He has to kind of keep shut, let them do their job. This is what he hires them for. Let them do their job. They have the information that they're looking for. They have the stuff they need. And then they've already turned that in. But then there was some other footage that shows, it turns out it's an ex-girlfriend who went to the club partying later that night with no sign of injuries.
Okay.
Something is rotten in Denmark, I believe. Is the phrase that
is
pays.
equaling fish right now, and
I'm just like,
I mean, I'm gonna just drink my water.
The pool looked a little dirty because I'm like, here you got this guy who's pretty much on a meteoric rise in his career, and then all of a sudden, I ain't saying it's not possible, but it just, especially
the timing is impeccable.
Yeah, because we've seen that formula before. We're just like, something ain't right. Like, something ain't right. So
is this a Negro succeeding?
And then if you looked at the body of work that he was already involved in, and the body of work that he was getting ready to be involved in, I'm like, oh, these weren't even chump roles he was in. He was in like roles like big
only
roles.
Headliners.
Yeah, like you're in leads on some major stuff that's gonna get you seen on Broadway, get you seen Golden Globes, get you seen in an Oscar. Like you had some roles coming in, and it was just like, yeah, that ain't how we do things, right?
Unacceptable.
Yeah, sometimes, something in the milk ain't clean. That's a good way to put it. Something I'm gonna have to start using it. Something in the milk ain't clean.
It's one of my favorite phrases.
Oh my god, it's one of them things. So here, once again, reserving judgment, holding back. Let things play out.
But everything in this entire case looks shaky. I mean, I'm saying at one point it looked bad for him. At one point it looked bad for her. I don't trust nobody.
We'll just wait and see what happens.
Let's let this play out, and we'll figure out the stuff later. But those content creators who's out there who literally was just like, do away with him. He is shame. Like, no, you didn't even
shame. Both sides doing too much. I don't think all just wait.
Right. It was like this whole, you literally gave me one of these.
Shame.
I'm so glad we've seen Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Asha was like, no, he didn't just bring that out yet.
Man.
I'm all ready. And when I'm not, I get ready. But yeah, Flash movie looks promising. I am
Billy calling it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Billy.
Oh, it's getting money.
Oh, $1 billion. Yeah, sorry.
Right.
I'm not with the kids. I'm not with the kids. Pardon me.
I was with you.
Same.
Okay.
We were like, what's that?
Really? Is that another character? Is that somebody else from the time?
You should have thought about it. Like, Billy,
come on, stay with it. It ain't that far. It was just swinging a bit.
My bad.
Guys make me feel all young and stuff.
Synapses don't fire like they used to.
Well, you know what? Speaking of young, sequels that I didn't know I needed, but I'm glad I got. Our man Denzel is back.
Oh yeah, the Equalizer.
Oh yeah.
Got the Equalizer 3, and I'm just like, how? Is it me, or do I really want a movie where him and John Wick just team up?
That would be intense. That would be intense.
I'm with it.
You know, like, I'm just kind of wanting that, you know, just one good time. Ain't even got to be the whole movie. It was just like, you know what? I need to go talk to my teacher. Who's your teacher? Denzel Washington.
Here's the thing: it's that's like too much badassery. If
Yeah.
like who they fighting?
They can't
handle
it. They can't handle it. The women wouldn't be able to handle it. The fellas is all for it. Like it's too much going on. Like it's the Keanu sense and Washington era, and they were just like seats is wet, popcorn all over the floor, and wet napkins and stuff. Just all
the seats is wet. Jesus.
Look, she said like Creed 3. Exactly, like Creed 3. I heard the story. I heard them stories about Creed 3. Y'all women should be ashamed of yourself.
Never a day, sir. Never. Give me more.
You had the men coming out of Creed 3 crying. The women, they were leaking just somewhere else. And it was just complete chaos.
This is a family show.
That's why I kept it clean.
I will say that I did want to lick a nipple for the culture. Just one time.
For the culture.
Just one time for the culture.
Is that what the culture needed? I don't just.
I don't know, but I'm here to offer tribute. I will find out.
If volunteer tribute.
Look, the women that are in the comments right now have literally agreed with Lady Mandalore. Like this is just what it is. I don't deny them. It's just like you for science.
For science.
You gotta test. You gotta test the feel sometime. You gotta see how you like it.
You see why Lloyd and Natosha. You see why I make this show live, because where else you gonna find this kind of magic? But here we have Denzel Washington. He's back again. This is the fourth time actually that him and Antoine Fuqua have teamed up, like 3 Equalizer films in the Magnificent Seven, which is very rare for Denzel because he does not do sequels. And Antoine Fuqua is the only one he's done sequels with. And this is the second time, because Dakota Fanning's in this. This is the second time that that Washington and Fanning have been in a movie, because he was in Man of Fire. Man on Fire.
About to say, because like,
that's
sweet. Wanted the Man on Fire too, but
Oh God, he went out like a G though. Went out like a G, as only Denzel could. I'm just like, I don't like it.
We'll accept it.
But it tracks. I take it. So we're gonna check out the Equalizer 3 and go talk about a little about that. That's good. That's gonna be nuts. Here we go.
9 seconds.
Jesus.
Penso che un sogno così non ritorni mai più. E incominciavo a volare nel cielo infinito.
9 seconds. That will give you to decide your fate.
Ciao Roberto.
Roberto, tell me, what did you do back home?
Government work. I'm retired now. I understand pain, death for you. Va bene. Because of these people, I'm beginning to understand real peace.
Roberto, this is my wife. Ciao, ciao. Oh.
And I'm starting to believe
Ciao, Gianco. They see you as one of us now.
this is where I'm supposed to be.
What happens here happens in many towns.
The mafia. They're like cancer. No cure. Who said you could come here?
You should stay out of other people's business.
Whatever it is you and your friends do it somewhere else.
You warning me?
I'm preparing. Is that a Timex?
No.
It's a movie. That's the median nerve that I'm compressing. That's a level 3. If it goes to level 4, you will shit on yourself.
You seem like a man who understands violence.
I like this place. You can't take that from me.
I can take anything I want.
Police found multiple dead bodies on that farm in Sicily. Did you kill him?
9 seconds. Do I look like a killer?
Do not mess with a badass who just wants peace. That's all I'm saying.
Good God, Jesus and Christ.
I seen him and John Wick chilling out, trying to find just relax on vacation.
I'm just trying to mind my business, sir.
He just want to be left alone. Both of them just want to be they enjoying the espresso together, and they want to be left alone. And you want to piss off one of them? Yeah. That's his whole vacation up. He was getting ready to settle down there and everything. Like,
man, this made me think of that ending scene of Nolan's Batman trilogy when he's just chilling out there with Catwoman. Like, this is like, what if the Joker just showed up all of a sudden? Bruce.
Oh, God, not today.
Are you on vacation, Bruce?
Where's my electric car, Bruce? That scene is still hilarious to me. I don't care. It was like, I don't care. It's Bruce Wayne. I put money on my electric car. Where's my fucking electric car, Bruce? Oh my God! Shout out to Harley Quinn. Yeah, we are. It's the Elite Equalizer is always a good watch. Just watching Denzel work, because one, he's a badass actor. He really is. You know, so he's actually my top. You know, get ready, Will. Angela's up here. Denzel is right there with him.
I feel like you tried very hard. It was just
that's a, you know, it's just like okay, yeah.
Shall allow it.
Shall allow it. That's the kingdom right there. They're like, if you're trying to get somewhere.
Why have we not seen the two of them in a movie together ever? Like, what is that? What is that?
So it'll be just, you know how I mentioned to see John Wick and the Equalizer in the same film. It will be that same effect with Angela Bassett and Denzel in the same film. It was just like they were like, we don't even need any more black actors. This is all the blackness is right here. It was like they're like, I don't know if we can afford any more blackness for this movie.
Yeah, I don't know what that movie's about, but your ticket purchase comes with a little thing of cocoa butter.
Oh, definitely.
It needs
to be
like 3 hours long.
And sea moss.
And sea moss. Cocoa butter and sea moss, all in the just. You're just like, what is going on? I don't know, but I feel cultured now.
Smells great in there too.
It smells good in here.
Tear your ticket and hand your little emotions, hair lotion.
Right. Everybody quoting. You said everybody's quoting Maya Angelou walking out the theater. You just feel good. Man. You feel good, you know. So I don't. We do need to see those two in a film.
3-hour long movie, just the two of them.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah,
just sitting on opposite sides of each other and just talking. That's it.
These are two widowers who just happen to live next door to each other.
Oh,
I see you.
Redo Malcolm and Marie with just them.
Boy, no. Oh, something would be on fire. Somebody would be crying in a corner somewhere. I don't know.
It's too much, but I love them so much.
God. Oh my God. Ooh, just a one shot. Ooh.
Like
anyway,
I said,
Hollywood,
hear us out. Angela Bassett is a widow. Denzel Washington's a widower. They're both sitting on each other's porches talking. They're building conversation. And don't be nasty, Hollywood. We really don't need to see that because we respect the both of them. You know, I speak for myself.
I'll be the dissenting opinion in this entire situation.
However,
one out of four is
we'll just say, however, we'll say the imaginations will still be running wild. That's just what it is. And they just build a relationship together. And just be that. What you say?
He got put in timeout.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. They'll flip it back up. They'll flip it back up. Yeah, they'll flip it back up. You just wait like 24 hours, it'll show up.
I said 24 hours.
That's all it takes. It's 24 hours. It shows right back up. I've seen it before, and I'm like, all right, y'all be fine. Y'all be fine. Now, I'm not talking about the viewers. The viewers will be fine because it'll show up tomorrow. But yeah, it's something that we don't know why we haven't seen these two.
Hollywood cannot help. They can't handle it.
No,
there's somebody that's been in a boardroom and literally said, I got an idea. And it was one of us. And they said, I got an idea. Let's put these two in it. You can't do that. Like, no, hold it. They were like, no, hold on, hear me out. And then Denzel's brother is Sam Jackson. Oh no, we can't do that. It's way too much. It's way too much.
He created what is it, a nexus or something like that? A black hole event.
There's too much going on. You seen what happened with Black Panther? That triple that, you know?
Man.
That's like how the non-melanated be trying to find Black Twitter, like it's a whole separate app. Like they be trying to find Twitter? Black Hollywood. Like, hold on,
right?
How'd they get this done?
In Black Hollywood, they would sit there and they have secret conversations. Why we talking about the Illuminati? Like, no, this Black Hollywood. That's a whole different beast. They're sitting back like, you know what? We can't take this to these big networks. We can't take it to the big. Who has the money? I got the money. I do too. So this is what we're gonna do.
That's why they slowly keep popping up with these new networks and stuff.
Yeah. It was like, we're gonna sit up here, we're gonna put it on streaming. Who has a black on stream? All black. Okay, we're gonna put it on all black. Tubi? No, not Tubi. Not Tubi. No.
They're gonna ask their black friend at work. It's like, so is Black Hollywood in Oakland?
Oh man.
That's how those conversations go.
I have made a critical error and my black card is going to be pulled.
What?
They have been in a movie together.
Which one?
Malcolm X.
Shit, they have.
Damn.
And I seen that in the theater.
Not in.
You know what? They tried to pan it. That's why, because it was Spike Lee directed it.
My bad. I'm sorry.
That's a lot of black.
We all forgot. So
to
it's
be
not
fair,
just you.
all of our brains.
Yeah.
Breaking news: Chris Fury discovered to not be a real Angela Bassett fan.
Don't put that in the air. No, because they tried to. I remember I had to go to the movie theaters for. It was a book report I had to do, and that was it. That was part of the report, and I remember it was by Spike Lee, but I loved the movie so much. But it didn't get the recognition.
Which is
hold on. No shade, no tea, no lemonade. Listen, did you say I had to write a book report, so I went to the movies.
That was what the teacher. She's like, because they didn't have that particular book about Malcolm X. They just had chapters. So they was just like, "This, we want you to write a report."
I was lost too. He
movie.
said it was part of the assignment, so I assumed he was told by the teacher to do it.
Yes,
he was lazy. Like,
it wasn't like we didn't have like a book to,
William.
You figured I went to school I went to public school. So everything was just like, here's Black history. Here's this section. We got Harlem Renaissance, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Benjamin Banneker,
Harriet Tubman,
Right. It kind of goes out.
This chapter is missing some pages. Y'all go ahead to the movies.
Right.
Get the rest of it.
That's generally what she said. She was like, "So this is what I want y'all to do." I'm like, "Okay, let's do it."
We got to find a way around this here.
Yeah. Then come back, tell me what you think. So yeah, that was a movie that was not. I don't want to say not well received. It just was not well recognized.
Yeah.
For just pretty much the reasons we're saying right now. And I'm like, you got Denzel Washington and Angela Bassett in a movie directed by Spike Lee that's about Malcolm X. White America was not ready for all of that. And they never will be.
Spike Lee not doing hood movies? No.
Yeah. He's doing historical films. No, we can't. We cannot allow this.
We will not have it.
Yeah.
We will not have it all.
Not in the Queen's time. Not in
the Queen's time. Oh my God. So
is she gone? So can we do it now?
In other news, it's been confirmed.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It has confirmed that Static and other Milestone characters will be coming to the DCU.
Get your black ass in here, boy. What you been doing? Where you been? Running around the goddamn street.
You damn genius.
Oh, who's gonna play him?
Caleb McLaughlin, who plays who's the only black kid on Stranger Things next to his sister, has expressed massive interest in playing Virgil Hawkins. He can still do it, sans the facial hair.
Out of that beard.
Yeah.
That boy got a beard. Oh my God.
That's a thick beard. I'm just like, y'all can hurry up with this final season of Stranger Things, because like this kid, this is a whole grown ass man you got over here.
Right. Yeah. I mean, unless they don't start it off with an origin story and we just kind of see him already doing stuff and maybe flash back to how he started.
That could work. I mean, give it some time.
Yeah,
lit. I know I've been saying let him cook all day, but let James Gunn saute.
I don't understand.
Let him saute.
I don't understand why y'all tripping on this man taking over and throwing out the hot garbage that was DCEU. Y'all are fighting the wrong battle for the wrong thing.
For real.
Y'all better let this go.
They're like, we want the Snyderverse back. I'm like, look, that's a battle you don't want to win anymore. You're not going to win it.
Is that still happening?
Is that right?
That is Zack Snyder himself is still pushing this thing. He's like, oh, we're going to release this on Netflix. I'm like, dude, stop. Let it go.
Sir, your time has passed. I am sorry to let you know that in advance. It's been away for a while.
I feel like Zach doesn't even believe it. He just enjoys gaslighting the fans. They'll riot on his behalf.
Right.
He's like, you see what they did for Sonic? They'll do it for me. And I'm like, no, dude, no.
Boo, you had your one time. They gave you the one time. You got 3 movies out of one hustle. It's over, boo. You got, what was it? Not Spider-Man. Oops. Not Superman.
His last, the Justice League, his version, the Snyderverse of the Justice League was his last hurrah. It was his last hurrah. And I don't get me wrong, I kind of like that version, but I don't like it enough to say bring back this entire universe.
No,
I'm like I really haven't forgiven you for Superman versus Batman versus Superman. I haven't forgiven you for that because it was too much you put in there. It was way too much, And I can't forgive you using Donatello or Michelangelo or whoever one of them turtles who used as Doomsday. I cannot let this slide.
It's just one of the things. Talk about the Ninja Turtles.
I know, dude. I'm like, wait, what? What did that happen?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Take a look at it again. That's a damn Ninja Turtle without the headband. It's one of what's his name? Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
It's one of his. Yeah, because he did the Ninja Turtles movie, which technically is not a bad film. Those aren't bad. It's just different,
unique.
It's just too much.
That's what it is. It's too much Michael Bay. It wasn't the turtles themselves. It's just too much Michael Bay.
Yeah,
Bay has to Michael Bay.
Right.
He's not
Michael Bay has to Michael Bay. That's a way to put it. Michael Bay got a Michael Bay. You know what I'm saying, baby? You know, it's just
man.
Come on. It's just bad. Yeah, the Ninja Turtles movies weren't, like you said, Lloyd, they were unique.
Yeah.
But they still held the level of Ninja Turtles. Like the elevator scene is still funny. You know, there's certain things that they did that I enjoy.
Bless your heart.
But it's Michael Bay. It's Michael Bay. He Michael Bay'd it up. You know, so it was like massive explosions and a lot of stuff going on, and I don't know.
Didn't they fall off a skyscraper and sort of just walk away?
Something like that. Yeah, they did. They did. Michael Bay.
They do have some good durability feats.
I mean, they're turtles. The shells help.
Mutant.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
The mutant is very important.
Turtles. Pardon me.
But I think in the case of the Snyderverse, it's just like, okay, you've had your moment in the sun. It's done. You stop trying. There's nothing else to see. We don't need to see another version of Suicide Squad. We're not talking about James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, which is far more superior than that first one we got.
You could see the characters.
Not a high bar.
No, you know, when Harley Quinn and Rick Flag are your standouts, I'm just saying, you know.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not a good
and James Gunn made the very, very wise decision of saying, this isn't a Harley Quinn story. And it wasn't.
It's never been.
No.
Like,
Harley's
you have
popular
one
right now,
thing.
so they put a lot of stuff around her.
Yeah. Her scene was amazing, but everything else around it, everybody else. How it should be.
Balance.
Exactly. So for those who are hating on James Gunn, let that man saute. Just he's got something working. Previous work has already stood the test of time. You know, just from Guardians alone, that the soundtracks is going to be fire. Peacemaker soundtrack was fire. The Suicide soundtrack was fire. Let that man cook.
Coming 2026, Icon and Rocket.
That's that's gonna make us so. They be like,
question. The real question: how quickly do I need to get this script submitted? Into
6 months.
Well, I would tell you this: the way James Gunn responds on Twitter, probably tomorrow or the end of the week.
Yeah.
Before the end of the show, my friend.
Before the end of the show. When I say I seen that Twitter, and I'm like, 14 hours ago. How come this ain't? Hold on. Let's fix this. Let's fix this algorithm, because I did not know about this. And here we are.
I gotta hit him with the old friend, Jimmy G.
Jimmy.
How's it been?
You know, I was
How's the family?
having prosciutto with your brother Sean the other day, and fantastic guy, by the way. And
fabulous.
I love it.
Your cousin on your uncle's auntie side, twice removed. You know,
I was the one that told them to put that dye in your hair before you went all white. It's that stuff. The magic. Yeah, that guy. Okay. So basically. He did that. That was overnight. I'm like, that is not the same. Oh, that is the same. Okay. That was like so. Somebody stressed him out bad. I'm like, how long were you? Okay, never mind.
So, Vince McMahon's hair dye.
Woof.
You mean the J. Jonah Jameson look?
Nobody told him to do that.
No.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
And that's all I see now. He's just like, if anybody's gonna tear down my company, it's gonna be me. I'm like, now you sound more like J. Jonah than ever with the mustache.
It ain't yours anymore. He sold it.
Right.
That's a different level of money, because somebody would have told him no, but he surpassed that specific dollar amount where everybody just let it ride.
The fact that it's so pencil thin,
right?
Oh, at least shave the mustache.
Drew it on with a bic.
Hot Bic pen, just kind of tattooed it out.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't understand why he's like that. Queen Jasmine is in the building. Hey, Queen Jasmine. If you have not gotten your tickets to the Royale's coronation that's going down in Texas this weekend, you're gonna miss out. And I'm one of them because I'm a busy man. But it's okay. I'll see Queen Jasmine soon. But yeah, they have a castle. A whole castle rented out for this whole thing.
In Texas.
In Texas, they found something. It looks like a castle.
The fuck?
It's Queen Jasmine. I question nothing.
I get it. I'm okay.
Like she found something and it works. And
who builds a castle in Texas?
Queen Jasmine. I guarantee you that after they leave, the castle probably won't even be there anymore.
No, it's all magic.
It's magic. It's fey magic. It's fey magic. We don't want them to see us. And
Queen Jasmine did the same thing Santos did in Gargoyles. Hold Jane up and put it over here real quick.
Right.
Ma'am, 10 acres of frolicking?
The way she says it is just
wow.
Acres. I'm from
be
the city. I don't even know what 1 acre looks like, but you have 10?
10.
I was about to say, Queen Jasmine, these knees are still healing. I ain't got 10 acres of frolicking in me.
10 feet. Not acres.
That's more my range.
Where we live, I feel like we've seen 10 acres of land before.
Oh my God. I am looking forward to seeing Lord Strife in the building. I'm looking forward to seeing these pictures. Yeah, I won't don't tell the secret. Oh my God. Yeah.
Wait, a room of requirement.
Yeah, right. A room of requirement.
I want to go.
I'm telling you, it's like the waters of Avalon. It's just mist, and then all of a sudden it's gone. Oh my God! He said, "Better suck it up, frolic like the meeting." But I'm so happy for the Black Fae family out there. They're doing their thing. They're really making a difference out there, and I'm like, adulting sucks. I'm missing parties.
I'll wait till they come back to Atlanta.
Oh man.
Maybe I won't miss out this year.
That sounds like a message, Lloyd.
Right.
No.
Like,
oh no, I already have it signed up to know
she has that means she has connections. So she's gonna talk to Queen Jasmine, and Queen Jasmine's gonna get those elixirs, in that room of requirement. And Lloyd gonna be sitting there working on a book 1 minute, next minute just haze.
Right.
Look,
where
he
am
already
I?
got to go to a mermaid convention next year, so
yeah. Big things. Things happen. Big things happen.
I'm so excited when she found out about those. Mermaids.
I have a tail.
Oh yeah, it's turning into a thing.
Respect.
Yeah, this is a thing. It's a thing.
Kira. Oh, wow.
Sorry. No, them tails ain't cheap, by the way. That's why I'm like, girl.
There she is. May 13th, ATL meetup.
Yay,
So
birthday.
next month. Yeah, look at that. Look at God.
Won't she do it? Won't she do it?
Look at God. Fast. She's moving
We
quickly.
follow all the stuff on
There you
social
go.
media, but I don't know
Birthday
how I missed
month,
that
too.
one. Right.
Oh, she's
birthday.
done.
I'll be in Georgia that weekend.
Yeah. Like Will said, pack up the pacer. We got to go. Oh my God. In other news, these boys is cleaning up.
Man.
That they are.
Mario Brothers, which is, by the way, is a fun movie.
Very
Absolutely fun movie. On its way to, I think it's past 400 million, actually. It is 436 million currently.
I think it's over 800 globally.
Globally, yeah. So they are closing in. They are cashing in. Like, and it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
It really is. I'm laughing. Can't get Peaches out my head for nothing.
Right.
And I like Jack Black. And I'm just like, this song should not be sitting in my head like this.
For free.
Oh, come on. We
For
all
free.
know he has those singers.
Peaches. No, I'm not good. But yeah.
that was 1,000% in his sign on.
Right.
I gotta get a
As soon as
song.
he was cast, I was like, there's no way he's not singing something.
Oh, yeah. And he does. Jack Black, I don't know why we don't hear him in a lot more voice animated type stuff, because he did Cooper really well.
I didn't know it was like, I was like, wait, that's what? Wait, it's not. I don't hear him, but I know it's him.
Yeah. When he's singing, that's when it comes out.
Yeah.
But then but it's there, and I'm like, dude, this. Like I said, I like Jack Black. I've always liked him in stuff that I've seen him in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, you've been hiding stuff. You've been hiding these gifts. And he's funny.
Yeah.
I still kind of see what I still kind of wanted to see what they were going to do with Green Lantern. He was going to do Green Lantern. That was the rumor. He was going to be Hal Jordan.
No.
This was years before Ryan Reynolds did it. Years before, right? Yeah. This was way before he got it.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, yeah. He does. I swear, I'll sign up for that. He's good. He's really good. So yeah, close to almost 900. It's gonna be 900 million by this weekend. I guarantee it.
Easy.
Guarantee it, because it's taking on everything, everybody. And when I say you could sit in there, Black Spartans in the building. When you can sit in there and watch this movie, and it hits all the one. We were in the theater, and it was a bunch of kids. Obviously, it's a family movie. And when I say you're laughing, you're laughing.
Yeah.
The voice cast is good. They're really good. I wasn't mad at Chris Pratt.
No, I got over it very magically quickly.
Charlie Day, who's another person I actually like watching, do his work, because Charlie Day, I watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So Charlie Day is always a mainstay for me.
Future
him.
And who could forget such styling as Peaches?
Anna Taylor-Joy as Peaches. Everything. Michael Keegan as Toad, which I couldn't hear it at all. I could hear the sarcasm, but I couldn't hear him.
Come on, Mario, let's go.
I heard a little bit of his college football introductions come in for a second.
Hey, Ron.
Squeeze out a little bit. That's almost there.
Travis Delarius Darius.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's a good movie. It's fun. I have to learn. I've learned over years to kind of like just wait to see how things play out before I speak on them. And this is one of the things I'm glad I did, because they even played the Mario commercial from the TV show from Lou Albano from back in the day. And I'm like, the first thing I did, I looked at my wife. I said, No, the fuck they didn't.
They found everything. Everything.
I'm like, did y'all really do this? Seth Rogen, who's making a lot of moves in voice acting, playing Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, you got a pretty good stacked cast, and they're doing great.
Yeah.
And the notes are there. All the nostalgia is there. The fun is there. And I'm like, yeah, you can get away with a sequel. Because if you've played Mario,
easily.
If you've played Mario, you know Koopa ain't the only Koopa. It's just, you can get away with it.
You locked in for a while.
Yeah. Like, you can get away with it, you know. So already it seems like it just seems like the video game curse might be breaking when they use the right elements. Detective Pikachu, Sonic 1 and 2, now Mario.
Waiting on my Smash Bros. Movie. Star Fox
I was so waiting. I was so waiting for like Link or Zelda or somebody. I was just like, if you bring Link into this whole deal,
that's gonna be a fight.
I'm flipping this table over.
There will be immediate judgment if anything Zelda related is brought in, because that's gonna be something else.
When they were building their cars, and I'm just looking, I'm like, don't you do? Ooh, you didn't.
An Avengers level team up that leads to a Smash Brothers movie.
Yeah,
they can just print the money.
Right.
Bump the money. It's gonna be the debates that'll happen. the fighting debates that's gonna happen out of that.
Oh man.
It is, but it is. So if you haven't seen it, please, you need to go check this one out. This is a 10. This is a 10. It's a 10, and it's fun, and it's funny, and it's enjoyable, and it's nostalgic, and the music they're playing, and I'm just like, y'all really learned how to grab everybody.
This just goes to show you what happens when you pay attention to the source material.
And have the people
Mortal Kombat
material.
Yes, please, Mortal Kombat. That's the only ones, and see, they're the only ones that can't seem to figure out how to just, like, you have it there, just make the movie. Don't fast pace it, just make the movie.
Or you can just go to Ed Boon and ask for a script.
So you didn't want to follow fan favorite character Cole.
Cole, not fan favorite. Fan fiction. Fan fiction Cole.
Imagine watching that on HBO Max, and I'm literally like, I haven't played Mortal Kombat in a while, but I don't remember nobody named Cole. I was literally watching this movie like,
who
the hell is Cole?
Somebody's created character, bro. That's all.
Yeah, I was like, like, what part of the game is this?
All I got to say is, how dare you tease us with the Lin Kuei and the Xiao Ryu ninjas of favorites, and then you bring in Creative Fighter.
Like, you gave me that whole Scorpion backstory, and I'm like, no, you need to finish telling me, because that's all I was here for at that point. Scorpion, when that cage fight, when Scorpion shows, I'm like, get the hell out the way, Cole. Let your people handle it. It was like,
no, not like Scorpio is the fan favorite or anything.
Right.
right.
Scorpion,
little known character.
Right, you know, from another badass actor, you know.
The main reason why Get Over Here is said in a lot more places than safe words are considered.
Yeah, I seen what's his name again, Kira? How do you say his name again? Hiroyuki
Sanada.
Hiroyuki Sanada, is that what your name was looking for?
Yeah. Hiroyuki Sanada. Yeah. Anytime he's on the screen, it's a party. It's a party. I'm like, you gave us the origin, and I'm like, oh, he might die,
but it'll be a fight.
He ain't going down fast. It's gonna be a fight.
Even the original Mortal Kombat, you had a perfect casting for Shang Tsung, and Gary Tanaka was still around. He's still there.
I personally love
just to hear him just go, your soul is mine. It's just like,
it's perfect. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not what y'all don't have the money. Is it the money? You clearly are throwing it away at these other people.
We put all. I'm sorry, guys. We put all the money into Cole, guys. Come on. We gotta cultivate new characters.
I believe
new
it.
We have to dump it here because it only counts here.
It went into the creative fighter.
Superboy of the Mortal Kombat, the Superboy that's from our Earth that goes into the comics,
right?
Except he's not cool,
right?
I love the disclaimer. I love that disclaimer. Except he's not cool. So, oh my god. Also, April 19th, which was last week, was the 30th anniversary of the original Power Rangers. This was shown on Netflix. This was an hour. I checked it out. They did a nice tribute to Tri Twang and Jason David Frank, you know, throughout the show. And you know, it is. I was kind of there for that moment. You know, I was just like, good, because it's Power Rangers.
Yeah,
you know,
it was my favorite.
Yeah, you know, and people were like, oh, it's booty cheeks. I said, you got to think. Power Rangers has always been cheesy.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
It was doing exactly what it was supposed to do.
It was what we needed. We needed hip hop keto.
Right. Are you breakdance?
Walter Jones.
Walter Emmanuel Jones.
Hey, the man's lineup finally got fixed. If that's not working the time, I don't know what is.
That is what I tuned in for.
It was like, did they? Yes, they got him.
The hairline was finally fixed. Didn't look like it was the same haircut that every '90s black kid from Disney got.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. I love that this movie made up for the lack of giving him any like real focus episodes when we were kids. Like this, he was the focus. Him and Billy.
Billy. I like how they did Billy's character.
Yeah,
like he was very much stepped up and practically a leader role.
Yeah,
you know. So shout out to you know. You can say it's cheesy, you can call it what it is, but you know what? At the end of the day, it was what we were looking for.
All I can say is Billy came up with these hands. Billy said these Megazord can get these hands. I was like,
my dude had my man is a whole he's a whole businessman who has the base underneath the business that his workers don't know nothing about. I'm like,
if that ain't Dexter's Laboratories.
Right. He was like, why are we coming way outside of Angel Grove to this place? I want to see what this building look like because we know what the base looks. I'm like, what did you do? They're like, the physics is beyond. Like, where, like, why do we got to go up 5 levels to go through the front door? Well, there's an answer for that.
We know what he did.
That's where an awful lot in the Batcave built.
Power downstairs.
Right. Like, that's where we keep all the electrical. We have a team for that. You do? Trust me.
Don't worry about it. It's your office.
Right. Have you noticed we never run out of power? Like, no, we don't.
What's this missing $5 million on our balance sheets?
That was the one thing I was like, Billy must have had a hell of a lot of corporate account because
him and Alpha 5 had some dealings. It was like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this money.
You know what? It just solved the theory. Alpha 5 invented Bitcoin, and that's how they made it work.
Shut up.
Oh man,
that explains so much.
No.
So
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin
to the moon.
No.
So
it's so much.
It's safe to say that we're getting a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah.
A lot of nostalgia. So it's like what was old is new again. And we're here for it. And once I find out, I want to give credit to the artist because I don't have the picture, so didn't want to show it yet. But we know, the squad knows. If you were a fan of K&D, Kids Next Door, for those who are living under a rock,
I saw that picture.
If you've watched the TikToks and checked the Twitters and mainly Black Twitter, and you understood, and if you were a fan of the show, you know that there was supposed to be another season where it picks up and there's the Galactic Kids Next Door. Never came to fruition for some ungodly reason. Well, Cartoon Network Official on IG shared this artist's rendition of what that would look like. And we went kind of nuts with it. we shared it on Twitter and tried to figure out why, and we tagged the illustrious, incomparable Cree Summer. And she responded accordingly, and we're just kind of like all freaking out, like, oh, wait a minute, she responded to you, she reminds me too, and like, shout out to Cree Summer.
Legend.
Even she wants this.
They all do.
You know, so it's like you figure we need the continuation, we need to finish up. If you're if Nickelodeon is giving us another Rugrats, if Cartoon Network has given us the finishing story of Samurai Jack, and they've given us another version of Teen Titans, and they've given us another version of the Powerpuff Girls, what's wrong with the Kids Next Door?
There's somebody that's still doing a line saying, I don't think it's gonna work.
My brother Montel, what's going on? It's literally, once again, this is money you could be printing.
It's not, yo, and make a whole new generation fall in love with them kids.
Right.
You kidding me?
Right.
We need Kids Next Door.
I mean, the room is there. That's all I can stand and say. It is literally there.
We're like the Bishop War College over here. Great book, by the way. Check that out. If you ever want to know what the X-Men look like, they were black. Check that out.
Cyclops with locks. I have an idea for cosplay now.
Yeah, see, but yeah, like we have been clamoring for kids. I watch old episodes of Kids Next Door, and Cree Summer's going to be at BlerdCon this year. I got to get my number one together. I got to get my gear together, which is not hard gear to use because I'm already bald, so I already cut my hair bald anyway. So why not? You know, work on a British accent, get some khaki shorts and some butters, get a couple empty pop bottles and some wood planks, maybe some foam for that, you know, rig up a goofy looking weapon and boom, call it a day. It's a done deal.
Pretty sure I can braid this right back and put on a red hat.
There you go.
You could.
I got you.
There you go.
I'm doing something with this, Mop.
But you're right though. It's just the nostalgia the nostalgia wave is there for Kids Next Door, and really a handful of I can't call them old. Let's just say newly seasoned / almost vintage cartoons that we know.
Wow. I mean, you think you think about it, if you really
gymnastics,
the verbal gymnastics.
Hey, I speak good today. I'm good. I speak good. Last 2 weeks has been a struggle.
If you think about it, there was an article that came out a couple weeks ago. They were saying that the majority of toys that are being bought, you know, when you look at Marvel Legends, the DC line, and the Todd McFarlane stuff, Legos, it's Gen X. So we look back at you and say, so why the hell did you close Toys R Us? One-stop shop. That's all you had to do. Those were hunting was the days then.
The big box Christmas booklet.
Oh God, the disappointment.
The
disappointment. It's like, look, can I get this? No.
Do you got this? I want
look
the
at it.
Transformers G1 series. Do you have Transformers G1 money?
Look, when you make a booklet out of the booklet to show your mother exactly what I need this Transformer, and this is what he looks like.
No, it made, it was so bad when you learned finance and like, look, I can get this, I can get this, I can get this, and it's only $200.
$9.99.
How good do you think you've been this year, small child?
What them grades?
You can only get 3 gifts.
Okay. There it is. What them grades look like.
What them grades
look
look
like.
like.
The grades look like. Did you clean your room? Like, did you wash? Did you take out the trash?
I don't know, son. That math is looking more like a hard Nerf gun right now. I don't know about Transformers. You might get a Nerf.
Wait, that's what you say. So is that a deal? Is that a deal breaker? Like, because if there's a Nerf gun you're looking for, I have this one right here. I need.
You got Transformers dreams, but you got hula hoop grades.
So Lloyd and Natasha, I want to ask you guys, what do you think about this? It's a wave. It's an absolute wave of nostalgia that's coming back into play. Whether it's cartoons, whether it's toys, it's television shows. Hell, there's YouTube channels that have retro cartoons running consistently. You know, so the need is there. The want is there. We're getting shows like we're getting a Venture Brothers closeout movie, you know. So Generation X is kind of running the show right now. We're just like, hey,
with the new demographic,
you want to get rid of TikTok. However,
TikTok's saving lives right now.
All right. we got intro songs that don't leave our head and everything. Like, you need to fix this. So what do you guys think about like this it's not even a wave, I don't want to call it. It's there. I don't think it's leaving.
Are you thinking?
I kind of was thinking, yeah. I guess the whole thing is it's a sense of, like you guys said, closure with a lot of these series. Like, we kind of missed out on like the endings of the endings of a lot of these series. Like you said, there's supposed to be another thing for Kids Next Door, Power Rangers. Let's bring it back. What have they been up to? What's going on? And so I think just it got canceled too early. Gen X, everybody's trying to bring it back. It's just like, no, we need to finish these things. And I'm glad that that's a thing that's actually happening.
Right.
So I'm here for it as long as it is well executed and treated with respect.
That
part.
Mario and Power Rangers, like y'all talked about a second ago, was a perfect example of that, because Power Rangers, they could have gotten rid of all the corny aspects of it. Would that really have been Power Rangers?
Exactly.
Right.
They knew Sentai stuff.
Right. They knew exactly what Power Rangers is, and they stuck with it. And so that's what made this movie, you know, that's why I hit all the feels and all the nostalgia hit appropriately, and that's what worked with Mario as well.
Yeah. I think when you see people like Jason David Frank, who I've seen in conventions run the crowd, and I'm like, they are there. And I always look at him and I say, dude, you one of the baddest Power Rangers we've ever seen. And I spoke to him and told him before, I'm like, and you also gave us the most stressful week of our lives.
Man.
That was a hard week, my guy.
You had high school hitting them candy cigarettes, like, man. Did you see what happened? He jumped right up in the Zord like it was his house.
Oliver.
Talking when he flipped sides and came to the side of good, we were just like, it's over for you hoes. It's over.
That was the first time we ever learned about how powerful the character is when they're the villain versus
when they're on your team. Right.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what happened?
It was I'm like, you scared he was OP. You trying to say he was OP and then you scaled him down. He still had his own Zord. He really didn't need y'all.
I kind of felt bad the whole time. You know you're a bad ranger when you don't gotta call your Zord, you just gotta play a flute.
Right.
You just gotta play a flute and wait.
It was like his saber with Florida. Saber, come to me. All right, here I come. I'm like,
your flute dagger.
Right.
That sounds like a synthesizer.
And no one questioned that. How was he blowing that flute if his helmet was on? No one questioned.
That was the one thing we never questioned as kids when stuff like that happened. Wait a minute, he had a flute, but the helmet didn't actually have a breathing apparatus. So
it was a small hole, right?
It just had a small hole. Open up. It was just.
See it.
I mean, this man was Lizzo. This man was Lizzo on the flute before Lizzo came out. And it's like,
I think it's safe to say that we do need this. We do. It's closure, like you said, Lloyd. It's closure, and it's needing to see that when you see shows like Young Justice, which where's the closure? Like we watch this. Talk about a show that progressed. You know, when Cartoon Network canceled it, but they brought them back on HBO Max, or at the time DC Universe before they flipped over. And you seen that progression. You're like, oh, we kind of grew up with these kids. They grew up, we grew up with them. You know, so that felt good. When you see shows like Recess, you know, or you know, you just look back, you be like, I remember going to Recess. It wasn't as intense as that, but okay.
That was some make or break missions in Recess. Like we didn't have this. We just had dodgeball.
I'm like, how long is your recess? Like, Jesus,
right?
You know, Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales.
Oh,
Darkwing Duck was my
Gargoyles, man.
Darkwing Duck.
Gargoyles was the real life cartoon that we needed as kids. That was not bright and sunny at all. It was,
man. But that song between that one and Darkwing Duck, those songs, I'm like, these songs from Disney should not go this hard.
I searched about the fact of Gargoyles. Give us a theme that's just it's dark, it's stormy, and yet uplifting. And Game of Thrones, like cool. Bring in the French horns,
and that bring in the French horns, and had a black lead. I'm like, how do you get Keith David and Sally Richardson to play leads?
Right.
And then they were playing father and daughter on, like, he was a preacher and she was the preacher's daughter, and it was on Lifetime. And I remember my wife was watching it, and I look back and I'm like, oh, it's Goliath. And oh, that's cute. She was like, what? And I'm like, Goliath.
Imagine Keith David just giving you the talking of a lifetime. You don't know if you feel appreciated, embarrassed, or talked down to all at the same time.
The fact that they all had actual hood type names, like they were named after the boroughs, but at the same time, it's kind of hood. You're gonna walk around and call yourself Goliath, but then you're gonna call yourself Brooklyn. I'm gonna call myself Brooklyn. All right, ain't gonna be mad at that. It's not it ain't that hard. What's going on? Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about too, Lord Stry.
The great part about them theme songs, if you go on YouTube Music, there's whole verses that we've never heard to a lot of them theme songs.
Yeah.
Don't give me ideas. Don't give me ideas.
Bonkers was slept on, I feel.
Bonkers was slept on. Freakazoid.
You beat me by half a second.
That was my show.
And if you didn't know your states at the time, you learned them after watching Animaniacs.
I still to this day am going to memorize that song. I am going to memorize that song one day.
He just recently updated the one with all the different countries.
Yeah, on the newest version.
On the
yeah, like off the rip, like there's no script or nothing. He's just the whole thing.
I was like, I'm gonna learn that one day just to see if I can do
it. As a matter of fact, speaking of nostalgia, they're bringing back Tiny Toons.
Saw that.
Lumiversary.
I'm like, like no updates. They just bringing back Tiny Toons. I'm like, oh, y'all going?
Okay.
My man Plucky Duck made it.
Y'all
no Plucky. No.
Plucky Duck. Why'd I go down there? Oh.
I wonder if Chicken Boo coming back. I don't know if Chicken Boo's gonna come back.
He's a chicken boo. I was like, hey, stuff that sticks in your head that should.
Baron Von, 90s cartoon. Okay, Baron Von, 90s. Or 90s cartoons theme music. I'm gonna check that out. out. So yeah, it's safe to say that a lot of these cartoons hold very special places in our hearts. I seen somebody on IG and they were talking about like, man, the 90s suck, and dude was like, now hold on.
Right.
He said we gave some gems. Like that was a whole the 90s was a whole culture vibe.
I mean, we didn't even that was just scratching the surface. I mean, there's so
maybe not fashion, but
not fashion. You know, we don't count. We don't count Freaknik neither. But you know,
wow.
It started before that, so you know.
Wow. I ain't never seen so many people so nervous over a documentary. Never seen a documentary.
Oh man, yeah, deep anime, yeah.
Oh man, I missed.
So yeah, it's one of those things. The 90s provided us a lot of There's literally Gen X in the 90s is like peanut butter and jelly.
I mean, we had see-through electronics. We had
technology.
I mean, almost everything was see-through. Apple, when it was making its comeback, would you like to see the back end of your computer in a different color?
We had arcades.
Proving grounds.
I guess we have arcades again now, but
arcades. Aladdin's Castle was ours. Aladdin Castle. I still have a couple of those coins.
When your rep depended on how long you was on the sticks.
True,
man.
$20 went a long way then too. So it was like,
that is
nowhere in these arcades.
No. It's like $20. I need $20 for gas. That ain't enough. Remember
when $20? Wow, it's like an old person. Remember when $20 lasted you at least 6 hours in an arcade? $20 had you feel like you had $1,000 because the moment you went to that machine, the machine broke because it ran out of quarters, and you had to get that old guy to give you quarters. He's like,
"Oh my god!"
And it had to be the crisp one because if you went to that machine and it wasn't crisp enough or straight enough, you wouldn't get no toast.
But it was nothing like a feeling walking around like a big bucket ass of quarters, though.
I forget what movie we was going to, but me and my homeboy missed the beginning of it because he got locked in a zone playing Marvel versus Capcom and was just knocking people out, person after person after person off that one quarter. I was like, you can't leave.
Okay.
He said it's not a rap. It's not a
rep. The rep has to remain. You gotta be that guy when they look at the high score and they try to figure out initials. They've been doing CSI trying to figure out who the initials are.
I need to get that. That was a time. That was a time, and I miss it. I'm glad that we get a lot of stuff. Thank God we got the finishing for Samurai Jack. Albeit it was a sad one. You know, we kind of expected it, but we still got it. You know, so when we see stuff like James Gunn saying, "Hey, Static's coming to the DCU," and we're just like, we need this.
Gotta get my script done.
It's just the fact when he announced it like that and more of the milestone coming. So I'm like, just say it. Just
Lord Strife, you was in my head just now when you said this. He said, dudes today could not be able to handle a cargo short pocket. You right.
You ain't lying.
Man.
You right.
You ain't lying. Not with them pants they got these days.
Don't wear no belts.
No
belts, no belts and tight pants. I'm like, bruh,
$20 worth of quarters or tokens. Your pants you wouldn't make it. You wouldn't make it out that mall. You wouldn't make it out that room.
Never made it. I mean, you put Street Fighter in a laundry mat, and people just come there to play games. They didn't care about their clothes after a while.
You're right.
I can't tell you how time I got in trouble with a laundry mat. Boy, didn't you supposed to wash the dryer? Look, he came up to me. He said, "New challenger." I said, "Run it." He's still here. I couldn't exactly legal tender. He put the quarter down. It ain't my fault. Did I tell him to challenge me? No.
I've been in those tournaments. I've been going to the amusement park and then finding out like, oh, the new Street Fighter game came out. And I got beat by an older dude because I'm like, I was beating all the kids. And I'm like, I wasn't trying to. I just found myself, oh, we're doing that. Okay, tournament. You next up.
That's why, you know what? That's why I'm jealous of kids now. Because before esports, we were in our prime doing all this. And my mom, who I love dearly, very lovingly wise woman, sat there and said, video games will get you nowhere. And now I feel like I have to go back to her and say, now see, had you let me focus on that instead of my studies, I could have been little 13-year-olds having paying for your house at 13. Just point that out there.
You're right, the bowling alley. Yeah. There was some spots. There was some spots. The 90s. How we missed it. But we're getting some stuff back, so that's a plus. We'll never know what could come back, but we understand that stuff like Mario, which is a hit, even Evil Dead Rise, which is still a callback to a lot of stuff, you know, is making moves. And it's just, you know, yeah, we was outside. You're right. We was outside.
You can like We were inside. Know that we did something that we were not allowed to go back out and do.
Right.
We was inside. We was in trouble.
Right.
Looking out the window. Hey, y'all stand by here so I can watch y'all play.
Yeah. These kids don't understand the days when you used to get locked out the house. Go play.
Oh my God.
Don't
I
come back.
can't leave until my mom come home.
drink that garden hose outside and need water. Yeah, take some tubs.
Congregate at a friend's house down the street.
That's why we tough as nails now.
Garden hose was Gatorade.
Yeah, for real. I'm thirsty.
On a hot ass
It's too
day.
far. Who got a garden hose? I got one. Let's go.
On the way.
I mean, between that and between that and the Pizza Hut buffet on Friday nights.
When Pizza
Y'all
Hut
are
was
living
good.
in a
When
whole
Pizza
different
Hut was good.
When Pizza Hut was good. No, Kira, Pizza Hut was divine. Pizza Hut was like the Ruth Chris of pizzas back then, where you.
Oh no, I had Pizza Hut. I'm just saying, I live in the city. Y'all are having a completely different.
Oh, I'm sorry.
experience.
You were in New York, so you had variety. I'm sorry, Kira. You had variety. Down south, that's all we got.
No, it was if you're not inside and there nobody else has the key, you are inside. There's no running around outside.
Oh well,
that's how I was. I was just like, I ain't got no key. I got to wait. I got to wait.
Dang, I used to climb the tree through the window, but that's a whole nother story.
Well, yeah,
I've stressed the man muscle getting back in the house. That's why I don't forget nothing now. Learning experiences. Oh man! So before we're going to take this commercial break, we're going to talk to our guest, Lloyd and Natosha of Midnight Comics. Congratulate them on their Kickstarter campaign, and they probably just planned another one while we were doing all this discussion. And we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Fast Money, y'all. We getting ready to finish up the game here. Now your teammate done scored enough points. I think you just need to get one answer right to win. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, name a podcast. Blerd's Eye View. Who should have won that Oscar? Angela Bassett. Who did win the Oscar? Don't give a damn. Name a cartoon. Ed, Edd n Eddy. Name a guest from question 1. Carl Jones. Alright, that did it. Congratulations, you won the game. Hellspawn cosplay. Now, we only need a one name. Hieroglyphics. You can stop now. Josh Evans. Chase Bowling. Josh Brown. Y'all cut the commercial. He gonna be on for a while. Blerd's Eye View. Be sure to peep the podcast on all platforms, or stream every episode on Always Press Record TV. APR TV now downloadable on Amazon and Roku. APR TV, the power of podcasting in the palm of your hand. Get it today.
All right, and we are back with our guests, Lloyd and Natosha. Let me put you guys over here and give you the big. There we go. All right, and Lloyd and Natosha Jones of Midnight Comics. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah. Working.
Like,
yeah. Enjoying the nostalgia talk.
What we do here, you know how it is. You've been here. So you just finished another Kickstarter campaign. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It seemed like it got kind of quick. It was pretty.
Yeah,
it cleared quick.
Yeah, we shortened it up. It was we only did 20 days. Yeah,
We actually have
8 days left.
We actually have 8 days left. There.
Wow.
But yeah.
So your book soul is already looking great. You know, what else you got planned for me?
There it is.
What else? So we have our story, The Gray, that's looking at a summer release. And Admani. Kids have arrived. But we have Admani as well. That just got finished done. And then we also have our manga, which we realized a lot of people didn't realize we also have our manga. That's just got finished up. I got the cover done like yesterday. And we're looking at a fall release for that one. So it'll be the 4th book for that one. So yeah, plenty coming out here.
So now you guys are in Atlanta, right? In the Atlanta area. Okay, so you guys are cleaning up because you like it. Atlanta Comic Con, Dragon Con. I believe there's another. Yep. So I know you guys are making the moves. I know you're making the moves. You're in a pretty good cluster down in Atlanta to service the blerd community. I bet. So you have the manga. And I think you said anime, right?
Say again.
You wanted to work on an anime, correct?
Oh yeah, would love to.
We have some cool promotional material for the Gray that's coming.
Oh,
Nice.
I can't wait to show.
Oh
that.
yeah,
I'm gonna be all over that. This is, I think, what gives me pleasure, what makes me happy, is seeing Blerd creatives out here really putting out great content. You know, and like I'm gonna show Saul right here, like this. The fact that he's got the stance going,
Man.
that's the call right there. I'm like, nothing else matters. So, but like just the visuals alone, this shit is raw.
Right.
Like this is some raw, and it's and I like how clean it looks.
yeah.
I like really how clean it looks. It gives me early Image Comics looks, like how clean it is, you know. So the artwork you guys are putting out and just the content you guys are putting out, man, it's deep, you know. So the fact that I was just like, all right, let me get that kickstarted. I'm like, damn, they finished.
And I mean, that was quick. I was like, man, let me get on, and it's gone.
I was like, I'm like, okay, guess they didn't need me.
We always still need
but
y'all.
I appreciate it.
As long as it hasn't ended yet, we always need more.
Oh, it ain't going nowhere. So you got the manga. You want to do anime. What is it that you haven't done yet that you want to do besides the anime?
I think that's the can't talk about it subject.
I know that look. I know that look.
You say it. I don't want to say it. You say it.
I feel like can't talk about a subject.
It's official here.
Is it lawyers involved?
A feature-length movie of one of our characters. Like legit, like
2 hours.
2 hour long movie, full like that.
Oh,
That's something for sure.
Okay.
Live action.
I would love for Ed Monty to be a movie.
Yeah, it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Would you see it? Would you see a 2 hour live action?
Yeah.
Or okay.
For Ed
Monty,
Ed Monty could definitely be live action.
Okay.
All right.
Tell the people what that character is about
first.
Yeah.
Say again.
He said, "Let him finish his status first."
No. Okay, I'm working on a Vixen one.
Mm.
I'm tired of them.
They do. I'm not gonna front you. They do front. They do. They do Vixen wrong. They do Vixen wrong. When you had her live action vibes on Green Arrow, and then she shows up on Flash, and then you change the character and then put it on Legends of Tomorrow to make her like a descendant. I'm like, y'all don't even know what y'all doing with this character. Like the best people who
the character that's never put in the comics anymore.
No.
They don't know how to write her. You got people that people in control that don't know how to write her.
She was best when she was on Justice League Unlimited.
Yep.
That's probably the most I've seen her. And I'm like, you guys really have not embodied that character like you should. So it bothers me when they don't
use her right
every time.
Yeah.
No.
Even when she popped up in that Green Lantern, that animated Green Lantern movie that came out just a little while back. Like literally like 3 minutes of screen time. Yeah.
And they know that's because her and John could have bodied everybody, so they had to leave them on the station.
Right.
Let's talk about that. And not just those two characters, but when they take two prominent black characters in any comic form, why do they feel like they're not, for us, they're not OP.
Right.
They're not. For us, they right on par. T'Challa and Storm, Vixen and John Stewart, they there. Right now, the closest couple we've got that could be a threat, and I don't know if you want to say, I don't even know what nationality. Laura's a clone and she's half Canadian. I don't know, but but it's her in sync, you know, and she's not even going. Well, Talon in sync, yeah.
Oh, are they still?
And I'm like, yeah, they're a pretty powerful couple, but they're more. more of a mixed couple, I guess.
Right.
It's coffee with cream. It goes down easy.
Yeah, you know.
This
Those are loud.
The Kenya Barris effect.
Oh Lord. The Kenya Barris
Wow.
effect.
Wow.
So talk to us
Will
about
has
your character.
feelings.
Yeah, he has feelings. Talk to us about your character, Amandi.
Okay. Well, Edmani actually has fire powers. The thing with Edmani is her biggest enemy in her story is herself.
Okay.
She's dealing with a lot of mental health and fear. Fear of her powers, fear of the lack of control she has over her powers. And it kind of becomes this whole self-discovery and almost mystery story. So it's been fun to write. I've been through 3-4 rewrites.
4 rewrites, yeah.
And it's finally getting drawn out after 3 years.
Well, see, this because you're just finding that tone how you want to put her.
Yeah, that we really just felt like we started once, but the art style just wasn't
exactly.
It didn't fit the story.
Okay.
So we found a new artist, and her art style really works for the story.
So you mentioned her wanting that character to be live action, and it makes me think of characters like Naomi that was on CW. And when you see a character like that, you're invested because it's us. You're invested. So when I see a character like Naomi, and I'm like, okay, one, don't know too much about her because she's a fairly new character. However, they're writing her too slow. Yeah, they're writing her too slow, if that makes sense. You know, which led to that slow burn of a
that was Waffle House slow burn speed.
Oh man,
dang,
that's what that was.
Wow.
I mean, as a fan that was looking forward to the CW, it's the fact that then of course Ava DuVernay was helming this. It, like Chris said, it was. We didn't need Scooby-Doo mysteries for 5 episodes. We really didn't. That's the kind of storytelling they were doing. That was the entire problem with it. So I never really picked up. So that's why that's why I said it's going back to what you were saying about Vixen and the fact that you're writing characters, especially like Adami. It takes a certain, and I don't mean to be very well. Let me just go ahead and say it. It takes a certain type to write about a certain type. If you've never experienced it or had any lifestyles from it or have anything that you can actually add to the character. So how can you write a character that you have no experience or basing of and expect it to make sense to other people? So
right.
That's why I always say when it comes to Vixen, which again, one of my favorite DC characters, but you don't let, it's amazing how many writers who don't have those experiences are given the chance to write her and fail miserably, and you have so many, and I'm just gonna go out and say it, you have so many Black writers out there who are women who could run with this, who have proven themselves in other areas of literature and can run with it. And I've always said it best, it always comes down to this whole thing. It's like you will hear it. It was not said a lot, but it's amazing that it's repeated verbatim. Is it just that, oh, well, certain writers don't sell, which is BS. But that's the excuse they give. Certain writers don't sell. Really?
No, they do the same with characters too. They're like, oh, that character isn't going to sell. That character won't make money.
I mean, take the latest Spider-Man run. Nobody's buying that. Nobody's buying it, and it's by somebody who was, again, not in the same realm as Spider-Man. In the same sense where there were some that wrote on Static who shouldn't have wrote for Static. Same people that probably shouldn't wrote for Black Lightning on CW. I mean, we can keep going down the list of those who are writing for prominent, powerful characters that really shouldn't have been writing for them. But I'm just pointing that out as Kira just sips the tea and just keeps going over there.
Sip that tea, girl.
But I mean, I do like the fact that
I'm just here to confirm or deny.
But I mean, but like I said, just like with Adami and with Soul, because again, Soul was one of those. Soul is my body type. Soul is the body type I hope to achieve one day. But again, it's like you said you wanted to write a story about her, and you're writing it from a realistic standpoint. It's not always your cookie cutter superhero. Mix in a little bit of personal issues, but overall, it's a blue sky type thing. You're not writing that, and it's perfect that you're not writing that. You're writing something different because you can speak on it. Being a woman of color, can speak on her experiences as a woman of color superhero, and basically give some realism to it. But it's realism that we can understand, and not just sit there and go, "You just threw this in here because it was there." Mm-hmm. So that part I do love about that's why I say, even when I say the BS about Black women can't write. Yes, they can. 90% of most literature comes from Black women.
Yeah.
Who are your favorites?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No.
I mean, anybody ever seen the Terminator? Matrix, maybe?
Even though Scandal.
Don't tell on them, Chris.
I mean, even
they told on themselves.
Yeah, that part.
Mm-hmm. I mean, those soap operas that your grandma still likes to watch was mostly written by Black women. Mm-hmm. Stefano was created by a Black woman. Do y'all think a white person came up with that dude?
Damn Stefano.
Oh God, don't bring up.
Stefano.
Yes, I know that name.
Decades.
Yes, I know that name.
Problems tonight.
That man was a villain.
Right.
I'm like, Jesus.
I mean, even Shonda Rhimes, when she got her rise in ABC off one show, again, written by a Black woman. Technically, Grey's Anatomy was her rise to fame, and then Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder, and then Netflix came.
That's. I'm sorry. What else were you referring to?
No, I was trying to think.
That was the one.
No, I'm trying to give.
No, it was Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was trying to be chronological. I wasn't gonna skip Grey's Anatomy and go straight to Scandal. I was trying to keep it in order.
Wait. Since we landed at Shonda Rhimes, I just want to ask a question real quick.
Disney. Wait, we need money. Whoa, no, shut up. Immediately shut it down. Shut it down.
We need money. We need the money.
We need money, Will.
We needs the money. I'm trying to be on the side of the mouse.
Let's not disrespect Mickey because he has shown he is powerful.
Yeah.
I got stocks, Will. I got stocks in
All I was gonna say is when you're a Disney employee, they send you a check and Mickey Mouse is in the corner like this.
See, I'm trying to be on the side of the mouse because notice when I show a Marvel trailer, no problems.
Right.
DC, we can't do that.
Y'all
need all the press you can get right now.
Let's leave Mickey alone at this point and say, hey, if Mickey comes with a check, know that check comes with zeros.
I'm telling you now, if a mouse comes to my doorway right now with a check, I'm just gonna look at him up and down and I'm gonna say, thank you, sir.
I'm gonna start singing It's a Small World.
I'm indebted to your service. Let's work.
It's like,
don't do a little soft shoe.
Lined up.
Hey,
not the soft shoe.
Not the soft shoe. We knew it's Steamboat Willie, but it's a small world.
I'm gonna just look at him. I'll be like, I'm gonna look at him and just say one thing. Y'all got that special effects thing together, right? You did? Okay, good. I'm in.
Yeah. Actually, well, I'll tell you what. I'll just start singing Eye to Eye. I'll start singing a Goofy movie.
This that one would be good. Y'all better talk about singing. Kira's over there depositing her imaginary checks on her phone.
Yup. Immediately. Do you understand me? Before they change their mind.
Well, they change their mind. Hurt mobile deposit that.
Look, I can see Lady Mandalore like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Oh, you're adding. Okay,
Dad,
so
I gotta go outside.
Come with me.
There's more zeros. There's more. I don't even know what this is. This will be okay. That'll be 2 to 3 business days. That's quick.
I need a lawyer.
That's fast.
I'm just saying. But truly that's what it is though. I mean, we don't want to down the mouse. We love the mouse.
We do love the mouse.
We love the mouse.
You know what? It'd be like Quentin Brunton. Oh, he got money. He got
money.
He got money. And where does she do now? Work for the mouse. I'm
Right.
just saying.
That's insane.
Number one rated comedy, number one comedy rated show right now.
So
everyone works for the mouse.
Yes.
You just don't. Some of it, some know it sooner than others. That's the only difference.
You work for me.
Work for me.
Who's the bitch now?
Oh dear God.
Mickey, count some dollars.
Wow.
We're horrible. We're horrible. We're horrible.
This Mickey tribute has went south. So
this is what we do over here. So
we not sung at the South. What is that? Nothing.
We don't speak about that one.
we don't talk about Bruno.
Exactly. Lord Strife said we're in Florida. We need to stand with the mouse right now. You're right.
Bless your heart.
Mouse is the only thing standing between y'all and indentured servitude all over again. Y'all better stand with that mouse.
That Florida's theme scene right now should be "Hold My Beer." That should be y'all theme at this moment, because my God.
He said the only MFs were down here standing up to that. Eat to that even man. You got it. You got it.
And not and don't blink.
What's going on, Savage?
Not blinking. Hi.
But so
wait, wrong house. My bad. Hold on.
Wow.
So what do you guys have next? I know you want to do a live action with Amani. You got Saul. Fantastic. You have a manga that you're working on. Talk about your manga.
So our manga, we have it's called The Unbeloved, and essentially we're following. It was the first series that we actually came out with. Wasn't the first story we had written, but it was the first one that we actually released. And so what we did is we made basically we have this two Shinto deities. Their mission is to maintain order and structure in the shapeless chaos that is the world, and we actually have them being the one fighting
that lined up already. The fact that you had that lined up, that whole tagline, I liked.
Oh yeah. So they so what we noticed in a lot of media, right? Like the Shinto deities are always weapons or techniques. Take Naruto, for example. The Sharingan techniques are all based on Shinto deities. So they can obviously they're powerful. Let's have them be the ones do the fighting. And so that's what we did. We basically have them going around fighting the actual entities from lore, like Orochi and the demons and monsters that inspired like the Titans from Attack on Titan and so on and so forth. And so that's what you're getting in there. But now, what does that look like in the modern day, right? When you see like again, what does the cityscapes look like? What are the ramifications of these battles and stuff like that? And so in these last 3 books, we kind of see what the world is kind of looking like. We see the mission where it's landed them all these hundreds of thousands of years later. And this fourth one is tough. It's tough. So
I find of all the creatives I've spoken to, the one thing they have in common is the lore of our people and the added sci-fi / fantasy aspect that bump it up a notch. It's like, because we have an extensive library of lore, that African lore that just doesn't get touched.
No,
it doesn't get touched, and the fact that we are tapping into that now, and then we're saying, okay, let's add a little more to it. Let's get this sci-fi level to it, or let's get this fantasy level added to it, and now let's bump it up a notch. And see, and it creates a whole new level of stories, and a whole nother background. And besides you guys, I've spoke Aaron Brown and Bashir Angelin and Cersei Murphy. We have a level of storytelling that is unmatched.
Yeah,
it's Jason Michael Primrose, he's another one. Malachi Bailey, he's one. Wingless Comics, shout out to them. Concrete, they're touching on stuff. You're just like, why? It's like we feel like it's just been hidden from us, is what it is. It's been hidden from us, and it's taking people like yourselves and all those people we just named to say, you know what, we got a story for you. Check this out. if you're tired of looking, and don't get me wrong, I'm big on Marvel. Why I read some DC, but if you're tired of restarting issues, you know, I hate that. We just finished the story arc. We're starting over with number 1. And like, why? You know, it's not necessary. Continue with the story, you know, or
restarting
right.
Right, the whole universe
reset the universe,
reset the universe,
start it back out again.
Crisis on Infinite Crises.
How many crisis events
do we need?
I'm like, I'm having a crisis from all the crisis, you know. So it's too much. But when I see these type of stories, when I see people like Saul and I hear about Amani and I hear about your manga and I hear about the lore, when I hear the word lore from people of color, when I hear lore, I already know what's going down. I'm like, yep, that's us. That's us. This is why when you like American Gods, when you seen people like Orlando Jones, you know, talking about he's Mr. Nancy, but he's a Nazi aspire, and you see the black gods, and you're just like, wow, never knew. You know, if you were new to that universe and you never knew, and then you fall down a rabbit hole, you know, or when you see, Lord forbid, but I don't know how I still fell asleep on the same part of this movie, but Gods of Egypt.
Watched it?
And I only watched it because Chadwick Boseman was the god of knowledge.
What are we talking about here? What we doing? What we doing?
I didn't know that.
We will not shame the dead. That didn't happen. We don't.
No, wait. He was the god of knowledge. However, he had enough wisdom to not be in that movie for the entirety of that
movie.
So you know but still he was the god of knowledge. I'm like the one brother out of everything in this whole movie, and he was the god of knowledge. You know, so you still have that connection. The rest of that movie can be trash, but but when you have all of that involved, when you have all that being imbued, and you're saying, hey, you have a story, you don't have to talk about the Amazons or the League of Shadows or whatever. Check this out. Here's the Orishi. You want to talk about those? You know, here's that. You know, and go down that rabbit hole and see how that turns out. You know, when you really getting connected to your roots and you're getting connected to the story, that opens up a whole gateway of storytelling that, yeah, you can't match that.
You can't
at all. And it's new and it's grabbing, and at the same time, you see yourself.
Yes,
that's the big thing. It's the fact that it's not the fact of it's new storytelling, but you see yourself. It's not the typical Wonder Bread kid from New Jersey that just happened to luck upon a radioactive pool and become such and such person. But you actually have lore that you can go from and tell a story that through any other medium would never be told. So yeah, that is the new wave that's going forward. And albeit there are some blocks, but as more artists like yourselves, people that we mentioned, it's the fact that the source there is so infinite. There is so many different stories that could be told that it's like getting cheesecake it's like getting red velvet cheesecake, but good red velvet cheesecake, because when you get something that good, you want more of it. It's like you are intellectually thirsty. I know it's two things that don't go together, but work with me on this.
No.
It works.
You had me at good red velvet.
This has been another week. Will is secretly hungry.
I'm just I use food analogies a lot because I like to eat, but no, it's that whole idea of when you get something to where it's tangible, it's attractive, and at the same time it's us. And when it's us, we definitely want to dive in more. Like, a lot of people don't know that they're African gods. A lot of people don't know that most martial arts actually came from Africans and not from Far East. Now, a lot of people know that we had a lot of gods who were vengeful, tricksters, and some assholes. But I mean,
that's kind of the generality, though. You know, so
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's like if the more we tap into that, the more artists and comics and storytellers dive into this. That's why I hope that it's secretly my hope it becomes a genre all itself. Like I don't even want it to be considered manga or anime or comics. More like it takes on a life of its own to where it becomes its own movement. That's why I keep hoping for one day at least.
Yeah. And like Lord Strife, he says he said most anime is based in lore. This is true. This is true. You know,
you know enough Shinto.
Yep.
Brother, where art thou?
Homer's art. I thought I was the only one. Yep, you're right, Lord Strife.
That's still one of my favorites. That's still one of my favorite movies too. I can't.
So I'm glad that you guys have the wherewithal to put these type of stories out there. To make sure, not just seeing us read them, but seeing kids get into them and say, hey, I like this. That kind of makes them put down, I'm gonna put this shield down because for some reason this is talking to me. It's why a lot of young kids in 2016, God, I can't believe it was 2016, but it's why a lot of kids responded to Black Panther so well. Because they seen themselves, and then when Black Panther came out, you're seeing not just ourselves, but you're seeing a culture. And even with Wakanda Forever, seeing our culture celebrate life and they're dressed in white. It's similar with like what you see in New Orleans when they're dancing, they're happy, they're celebrating. It's not this drab, drawn, dark, dreary. That's our culture talking to us,
right?
And they don't, and not a lot of them get that. They were like, oh, well, why do you do this and why do you do that? And here's the reason. There's underlying stories there.
Right. That's why the big thing. If you, I was trying to tell somebody else, said it's amazing that you think about every time, whether it's spiritualism or religion, they've always said among us, they said death was only the beginning. And you hear it in Black Panther, death was merely a stepping point. You've heard it in Vixen, one of her comic books. It's like death is just a doorway and things of that nature. It's amazing how for a lot of people as they're coming to understand how we view death, it's not that whole thing of the Grim Reaper sitting right there saying, "Oh, well, we'll be leaving soon," versus our Grim Reaper is just a door,
unless it's the Green Reaper from the TV show Sandman. Unless it's that one, that's a different story. But
I don't think nobody wants to see.
But continue. But continue.
I'd rather see Kemet from American Gods. He's tight. I was like, I'd rather see him. I feel more comfortable seeing him than anybody else because if he comes up to me, it is time. What do you mean? It is time for you to go. You've had a good life. Now let me weigh your heart against the feather.
Yeah, Henry Louis Gates. He's awesome. He's awesome. So we've talked about your anime. We talked about your manga. We talked about the lore that you're building. This takes a lot of work. This is what some people do not understand. It takes a lot of work to build story behind lore because first off, you have to get what the lore is.
Right.
You have to get what it is you're talking about. You have to understand the characters that you're talking about because they were based on realism. They were based on what our culture dealt with. So first, once you get that figured out, everything else falls in line. And I think, tell me, when you guys are building these stories or building this background, do you find yourselves like, oh, I didn't know that, and then you kind of get sucked in? It's almost like ADHD. It was like I had a plan. I'm like, but I gotta finish this.
It doesn't help that we actually have ADHD on top of that. But at least I do. I don't know if you do. But
yeah, like you'll find this new fact and be like, "Ooh, I didn't know that," and I will go on a long fence.
But it somehow all falls into place.
Yeah,
every single time.
Yeah.
No matter what weird thing, new thing we find out that we're like, oh man, okay, and then we read back to the story and it's just like, okay, it works.
It works. Like it
works.
still fits. Like somehow there's always that opening where it's just like, oh, that actually explains something else that we didn't fully really understand. Boom, there it is.
Right.
So yeah, no. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Everything in the story is always somehow falls into place. I think the other day we were talking about some characters' ages.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh crap. It had a 30-minute conversation like, wait, how old is this character? Because of this that happened. And then at the end of it, I was like, oh man, they would have been here and this is how old they would end up as. Oh, okay, it works.
It's a happy accident.
It all comes together.
Look at God. Just.
But yeah, we do. Yeah.
But also with the
we get obsessed almost like, oh wait, so how far does this go and what does this add or change to what we have going on? Yeah.
In other words, so you find yourself, let's just say, and I'm just shoot a number out. Say like you had an idea for a limited series book. Let's just say 7 to 10. Do you find yourself saying,
Chris, I think you're hitting a lot of buttons this evening.
You really are, though.
I kind of feel like they can't talk about it. We keep going into the they can't talk about it territory because she goes off camera. And
I know.
All they do is look at each other, and it's like, well, shit. What can we? All right, well then switch the subject, then y'all. Tell me something else. How to kids?
Let me stop you before you start.
Reviewing their legal.
There's a reason why I'm called the man on the wall. I find out information. And I just watch everything unfold. It's
chaos.
No, chaos is Loki. I don't do it for joy. I do it for information.
Not according to the smile on your face, sir.
That's just joy. That's joy.
Well,
it's
congratulations, you two, no matter what.
Yeah.
The things you can't talk about.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was going to say, do you find yourself?
I was going to safely say we are working on one for sure.
Well,
okay. See, I didn't even know. I didn't. That wasn't.
It's not gonna. He's working on a one shot.
Okay.
It's going to be a full series. He's putting too much time.
No, because see, I've speaking to other writers, they find themselves building a certain set of stories, and then they find out, like you just said, you're going back into this lore, and you're finding out so much more stuff.
Yeah,
and you're just like, does this change the dynamic? Does this change where the story is going? Does it add to it later? So now you find yourself doing, okay, I'm doing one shot, maybe 5-book series that's now turning into 10.
Right.
Because there's so much going on.
Can I talk about can I say about the envelope? Back and forth. Huh? Can I say that it's a spin-off? Okay, so with the Unbeloved specifically, like as we learned more, it was like, oh snap, that's a whole nother series. And so essentially,
he does do that a lot.
Essentially, what would have been all part of one thing. There's several spinoffs on the way. So like it's turned into a whole thing now. So there's like 3 different stories I'm working on in that same universe. Based on more stuff that we just learned, it was just like, oh man, that would be cool here. I don't think it would fit in this story. It's a new series.
I love the fact that you stopped and started because you started to go into it, but I wasn't gonna say anything.
He got the nudge under the table. That's why.
Right.
I did see that shoulder. I did see that shoulder of hers move a few times.
That kick to the shin. That kick to the shin. That's what did it.
Church pinch.
That church pinch.
not the underforearm pinch.
He cannot be left alone. He can't be trusted.
Well, I don't want you guys to give out much more information because I'm not being an interrogator. Despite what Lady Mandalore is saying,
investigative journalism, sir.
Oh, you know what? Now that I say that out loud in my namesake, that doesn't even sound right. Damn.
Nope, sure don't. It's a lie because it's a lie. It's a whole lie, sir.
So before we get out of here, tell everybody, where can they find you? Where can they get your work? Where can they just support you and show love?
We do have 8 days left on the Kickstarter, so of course you definitely visit there for Soul Issue 1 and 2. You guys can find us at midnightcomics.org. for all of our stuff. We do have bundles and stuff for our books now. For anybody that's new to our universes that we're building. And then, of course, the big one right now, Instagram, which is Midnight X Comics. We do have a link in the bio that leads to
That's
everywhere
Instagram,
else.
Twitter, and TikTok, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's Midnight X Comics, all those places, yeah.
Yeah. And here it is. Let me put that up there. There we go. You guys need to go check them out. If you're listening or if you're watching, check them out. Show your support. Go check out the Kickstarter. They're doing amazing things over there. Soul is an amazing book already. They're really cleaning up. I can't wait to see what you have going forward that you can't talk about. Look, I didn't do it purposely. I did not do it purposely. I just
talked about other stuff. You kept going into book stuff.
It's
journalism. Which person is a spades player and which person is not going to be able to play spades because her poker face.
Oh, we do play spades well together. Well, that's for sure.
But she's got a great face. You can't tell.
I've been watching Tasha's face. She was just like,
my friend, you on the other side.
Oh, I can't play poker. That's no.
You're like me. You're like me. Our face will betray us
every time. Read us like a book.
Oh my god!
So, which Joker is big again? Nothing.
This man could have talked about YouTube and the audio drama. He could have talked about Patreon.
Oh wait, you know what? Before we get out, let's talk about here we go. We got 2 other projects. Let's talk about the audio drama that me and Lady Mandel are familiar with. Audio dramas.
You are. Yeah, I know, Kira. I thought about you actually for the next season.
Oh, wait, you too?
I thought about it after when Triumphant was closing up. I actually was like, you know what? Season 2, we start talking to these people here. With amazing voices that they have.
I need to talk to Josh. I need to talk to Josh because I think I want to tell him to bring the Thomas back. I had a lot of fun with that one.
It was very fun.
I had way too much fun with that one to the point that no one knew it was me. I'm just like, oh, I'm built for this.
I just had a weird. I looked at the titles for all of the episodes, and I was looking at them, and I was just like, he hasn't revealed the title for the last episode. I just have a feeling I'm in that season finale. And when I heard it, I was like, dang, you ain't have to do me like that. Like, I knew I was going out. I did the lines, but I mean, dang.
Shout out to Josh Evans. If you're checking him out, listen to Talk Story to Me. The 3 of us are on various episodes, so check us out. It was a lot of fun since it's a field that I'm looking to get into voice work. So, Cree Summer, Phil Lamar, greats. We're trying to get up there with them. It was like don't Carl Jones, you need some people.
Listen to that. Give it a listen. See how you
feel. Come on, Carl. You people now, that. You follow the show, you share stuff with the show. You know what's going on.
We good for staying quiet when you need to.
I've had to sign NDAs. I've been doing it. Okay.
You don't have to worry about us being in the room together and taking all day to do just a couple lines because we're cutting up. You don't have to worry about that.
Yet.
Although I would have loved to be a fly on the wall when that happened, but still. So what's going on with the YouTube channel?
But of course, on our YouTube channel, we have our What We're Reading series where we talk about various indie comics that we're reading as well that we want other people to check out. Just want to shine the light on other indie creators. But then we also now have our audio drama, which is based off of DC Universe Online, where we play with our characters and then we write stories based off the missions in the game. And so from there, we record that, and then we drop that on YouTube.
Nice.
Well, look at that.
Look at you. Look at
of course,
you.
The Patreon signups, they get first looks and, editing stuff, raw audio, and sneak peeks at other things, like what the great promotional material might be.
as my eyebrow raises. So, but once again, man, 8 days left on the Kickstarter. Go to Midnight X Comics on IG. Check them out. Midnight Comics. Lloyd and Natosha, thank you for coming through. Y'all are always welcome here. Y'all awesome. You always put up the great stuff. That.
Uh-oh.
Multi-layered.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That froze there? Oh, yeah.
Audio cut out.
Okay, I said multifaceted, multi-dimensional, multi-layered. And Midnight Comics.
An incursion happened.
Somebody's trying, and I'm looking and I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, I might need to change safe houses. Oh man, but thanks for coming through. You guys are always welcome here whenever. When Lloyd was like, I'm coming in, I'm like, here's the link. There you go.
We're always grateful to be here.
Yeah,
glad to have you.
You guys always make us feel very welcome.
Very welcome.
That's the job I'm going for. You hear that? You hear that, internet gods? Don't mess up a good thing I got going. Oh my Spectrum!
Not no.
Oh my God, Lady Mandalore, tell them what's going on with you.
I have a new podcast that I have started called Roomful of Blerds. I am currently streaming live on YouTube, this whole thing right here. And also Twitch. I'm doing it on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Also have a chat room that I invite all of you lovely people to come and participate on. It's on an app called Fanbase. If you download it and sign up, just look for the little talk bubble on the top left. Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I almost jumped in and then I looked at the time. I was like, it's 11 o'clock. They probably
it's 11 o'clock. Yeah. No, it was a long night last night. I also have a podcast called Child of Mandalore, where I talk about the history of Mandalore, not Mandalorian, the entire history of Mandalore, not just what happened.
You need to be on it and check it out.
You should be, because there's some discrepancies that I am not
some grievances
on par with. It's what's gone. I have a few grievances. However,
not with the baby.
No, the baby's cool. The baby's cool. The baby's cool. The baby
I was about to say, we ain't about to have those people coming after.
Bro, you gotta follow. You don't want to. No, that's worse than the beehive. You don't want. Bro,
no.
My son don't have ADD. He just like to jump. I'm just saying.
Grogu Navy.
No, baby's fine. His lore is what I'm having some issues with, but that's fine. I don't care about him adopting Grogu, whatever. You can do that all day, any day. It is. That was fine. I understand. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. I understand what I was getting up in arms about him adopting that baby. Mind your business. Yeah, that's it. You can find me on TikTok as Child of Mandalore. You can find me on Spotify. Child of Mandalore.
There's a song somewhere in there. Oh my God!
I'm shaving a haircut for a second.
Oh my God! Cinematic Assassin.
Yo, I had to bring this up when we was talking about Mario. I took the wife and the child to the drive-in, and we saw Puss in Boots, and the second showing was Mario. But at intermission, on the huge, this is allegedly the biggest screen in the country, they did a Mario Kart race, and they picked random kids, like with a raffle, to play. The child was in the first official race in the biggest screen in the country of Mario Kart. It was so dope. My baby has never played a console game before, so she was standing there acting like a maniac. It was kind of wild. Like, she don't know how to play racing games all of a sudden. She's used to tablets, so she was just like, Daddy, help. Where I go, Daddy? Like, follow the lines, baby. Do the thing. Daddy, help, Daddy.
Meanwhile, cinematic is like,
You want-
I think I have failed her. I need to
I
retrain
failed.
her.
You must do that.
Oh,
Hey, listen.
Reconditioning now.
Her first ever, Mario Kart race didn't come in last. That's
Okay.
no, that's a win. Is a win.
That's a win.
A win is a win.
But where you can find me, still on my social hiatus. However, the YouTube is calling me. I have an idea. It is called the Blurred News Network. It will be
Martyr. Don't you dare steal it, you bastards.
It is a news segment a la The Daily Show, where we talk about all the hottest nerd news of the week. You'll see me sans hat, potentially, and, a suit jacket, a tie. Still only shoulders up, though. But that's on the YouTube coming shortly. When I have a release date, I'll let you all know. And of course, the YouTube, as all things, is at Mayhem Media. That's MAYHEM Media. And I will continue to stress that mental health is important. So go ahead and take that PTO. And as you do anything this year, please lean into learning, lean into laughter, lean into love. It'll make the world a better place.
All right. I feel the growth of Blurred's Eye Entertainment growing.
LLC. We gotta point that out. LLC,
LLC, TM.
For all the lawyers, we got all the lawyers involved.
I'm a lawyer. That's
Need a lawyer? Oh. I had to stop myself from saying a Mel Brooks joke. Anyway, I am Black Spartan, also known as BlackBox447 on all social media. You usually can find me just about everywhere. I usually do reviews on everything that I read, that I play, that I watch, gym stuff, because I do a couple push-ups. Also, I have a couple podcasts of my own. I do have my daily political news podcast called How the Frack We Got Here. That is every Wednesday and Saturday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I also have a video game podcast with my co-host Joe Tonello called Get Bit Podcast, also on every Friday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Crap, what else I got going on?
A baby.
A baby. Obi has learned the Jedi mind trick quickly.
Yeah, that's that boy. Ooh, that boy.
You want to give me more milk?
Oh no! Don't say that. No. Look, that boy. Ooh, that. You know what? That I'll say that for later. Anyway, I love you, Obi. I do. Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you a lot. But my God, you're tight. But anyway, also, I am one of the many heads of the Bird's Eye View website for writing. I usually write the wrestling column. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Shout out to Mr. Kenny for that one, especially that god-awful belt that they showed last night. That thing had more chrome than a Cadillac in Houston, Texas.
That was not the best lighting for that.
It was not. It was. You know what that was? That was like if he went to Jared's, but he really went to Kmart. Kmart store.
No. Oh no.
Yeah,
it wasn't the best lighting for it. Like you could. It was like.
It was like
that blind spot they have like in movies where it's that one.
That flash light.
That flash flare,
right in the middle of the eye.
Whoever the lighting guy was, the lighting guy took a coffee break and just left it just in that one area.
Yeah.
And decided not to move it. So I mean, it's just all that gold is just reflecting back, and you can't see spit. So it's like a blind spot. Is really what it was.
Yeah.
It
takes away from it. Like it probably does look good. It takes away from it. And you can't really tell.
And I'll have to explain that later because I saw a picture of it without the light, and but I mean it was.
So maybe that was planned.
Yeah, probably.
I think they covered it up. It's like a bad Botox injection going horribly wrong.
Jeez,
that's 2 levels of bad.
Yeah, I mean when they said cover it up, I mean, whoo. But aside from that, guys, I usually say this, that we need to be more about unity, more about supporting each other, because just recently, Hellspawn Cosplay did point out something very, very vital very important. that he discovered about the blerd community and its outreach to our younger audiences. That really short story, but definitely go to Hellspawn Cosplay on TikTok and on Facebook and on Instagram as he explains it. The fact that so many kids out there do not know there are people just like me and everybody else you see on this screen that are doing amazing and wonderful things. And that, you know, if you can be active in your community or you can be active on social media, it helps because let's be honest, there is an algorithm out there that is against POCs. And yes, I will say it because it is true. It's an algorithm out there that's against POCs from actually getting the word out there. So if you can do it, please be active. Please be invested, just because you don't know how many kids that have never been introduced to anime, mangas, comic book writers such as Midnight Comics. The fact that if we introduce them to that and show them that there are people out there that look exactly like them that are doing wondrous, great things, imagine what you'll do for the next generation. So, like I said, support, encourage, don't be salty, congratulate those that actually made it. And above all else, the only rule I have, like I said, I'm a very social person, so I usually talk to almost everybody. I just have one rule. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
It is. And to piggyback off of that, this is true. I seen that video, and as you know, I shared it with you guys, and it made me say, okay, it's work to do. It's work to do. You know, the COVID is done. The world is open. Con season is upon us. It's time we get out there. You know, if you have a platform, if you have indie comics company, anything like that, get out there, engage with the people. You know, engage with the community wherever you can, because you never know what they might be looking for, something that you have and they don't know about it.
Right.
You know, there's kids out there, Be Beautiful You, who is currently a place in Massillon, and they help young girls do exactly just this, working in media, podcasting, art form, the whole nine. They need people like us. You know, it's not just sitting behind the desk and getting virtual. They need us out there. We can put boots to the ground and we can make this work. So all that said, I'm Chris Fury. Thank you to the team. Thank you to Midnight Comics for coming through, Lloyd and Natosha. It's always dope when you guys come through. If you are watching us, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing love on the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell and that. And
I say something real quick.
That's who's that? Who said that? Who? Oh, okay. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, now we are actually venturing into the schools ourselves.
There we go.
We've been to school for career day, and when I tell you the way these kids' faces light up when they see this stuff, it's beautiful. So definitely,
it's there. It's
gotta
there.
get out there.
You have to broaden your mind. You know, because starting this thing, it was during COVID. It was the start of COVID. This was the thing. So now we're stepping out, and we're getting out
to
there.
Get banned.
I
Can't wait to get banned. Oh God, I can't wait to get banned.
Jesus.
Now I can't wait to get banned.
Lord. But if you are watching, if it's your first time watching this on YouTube, thank you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You get to see past shows, live shows. You even get to see Fury's reacts and reviews that will be coming back really soon. Also, check us out on Always Press Record. Why? Because we're on television as well. Check us out on Roku or Amazon Fire. Look up alwayspressrecord.com and it'll tell you exactly how to get all that channel on there. Also, you can check us out on IG. Come on up there. There we are right there on IG, and it sends you to the link tree in the bio, and it sends you to places like Blerd's Eye View Podcast on Facebook. And you can listen to us everywhere you listen to your podcast, including Opulence Radio. Shout out to Amaron Burnett for Opulence Radio and giving us a platform, along with Roomful of Blerds, Black Fox, Navy Montel, and countless other Blerd podcasts are coming because she opened the gate. I'll say I'm like Moses. Let's get them in here. You know, let's get them going. Shout out to Do You Speak Geek, our brother Nick's building Do You Speak Geek Media. He's got a great platform. Let that brother cook. He about to hit you with some heat. Trust me. You don't want it. You don't want it. If you ain't want it before, you ain't gonna want it. I can't wait for it. He's got a lot of great stuff coming up the pipe. So shout out to him. Shout out to Hellspawn for putting that call to action. When he sees a need, he calls it out. So shout out to Hellspawn for that. And shout out to all the great POC platforms that, whether in comics, whether it's graphic novels, whether it's in podcasting, and you're bringing a message of a safe space and showing POC creatives a showcasing. Shout out to you as well. So shout out to Navy Montel as well. And Blurred Corn Speaks. We are doing our thing out here. Tune in Thursday. Who knows what we're talking about? Who knows who we're talking about? Guess what? Tune in. Find out. Until then, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. Thank you to the team and the team of Midnight Comics. You are amazing. I love what you do. Go get to their Kickstarter. Pitch in, pitch up, show in, show up, show out. You know the whole rest. Until then, we're out of here.
Oh.